Hello dear students, welcome to Devika's Commerce and Management Academy. Today's topic is MBO, Management by Objectives. So this is one of the important topic for BBA, MBA and BCom students, and sometimes for professional students like CA, CS, CMA also. Management by objectives. Before going to that, let me tell you, every organization is having some objectives, some ambition. So without object, without any ambition, no organization is going to start. When organization is having some objects or some ambition, so that is to be fulfilled with the management. When management is going to take out the organizational objectives and it is going to fulfill, and both are accompanied together, that is we say it as a MBO, management by objectives. Nothing but management which is formed to cooperate to achieve the organizational objectives. You can say it as a MBO. In depth we are going to see about this topic. So by the way, what do you say about MBO? Means in one sentence you can learn. MBO is one of the technique which helps in the achievement of organizational objectives. It's a technique which helps in achievement of organizational objectives. That is MBO. Though I must say that MBO is not much popular. It's not very old technique, newly introduced, but still many organizations in worldwide they are following this MBO because it's a technique. This technique is going to be much useful for the every organization. It is going to give you a good result also, organizational achievemental results you are going to get with this MBO. Now this you can say it as a MBO. It's a appraisal tool to measure the appraisal. We can use this, and this MBO is just like a motivational technique. Motivation to whom? Motivation to the management, motivation to the employees, top to bottom. It's a motivational technique, you can say. And also MBO, you can say it as a control device. What to control? Entire organization activities, organization employees, everything it is going to control. So in three ways also we can say this is MBO, the main role of MBO. Now we'll see in depth about the features of MBO, management by objectives. First one is MBO is a philosophy. Generally we say MBO as technique. It is one of the technique to control the organizational activities and to follow up the objectives of the organization, right? But along with following the organizational activities and objects, it's a technique or it's a philosophy. Means they'll be following, they'll be thinking, they'll be using their own instance, and also they are following it. So that is why we say it as a MBO is like a philosophy. Directly or indirectly, they are using their sense and they are using their knowledge, and by observation whatever is happening, that everything is implemented to achieve the organizational objectives. That is why we say it as a philosophy. MBO is also just like a philosophy. This is one of the feature. Another one is objectives decided collectively. Objectives decided collectively. Collectively means what? Collectively means management plus employees together collectively deciding the objectives. Though it is management by objectives, but they always involve the employees also, part and parcel of that objectives. When you prepare these objectives together collectively, collectively means both the parties, management and employees together. When they decide this properly together, then what happens? You'll get proper objectives. Proper objectives you'll get, then automatically the implementation is in your hands. Once if it is prepared, mainly preparation is important, identifying and preparation is important. Implementation is very easy compared to the setting of the objectives. But these objectives are collectively, objectives decided collectively, so it will become one of the best objective. We won't be missing anything because management and employees both are involved. Next feature is basis for measuring performance. Performance, this is the basic for measuring performance. Whose performance? Performance of the management, Performance of employees also. Employees in the sense you can say measuring of the departmental activities, departmental strengths, departmental achievement. On other side, individual performance also we can measure it, because management by objectives always involves all the employees, each and every employee, whatever they are doing, everything is decided, they'll be given a target. So they'll be measuring the performance also. When measuring the performance is there, then automatically each and every individual and department wise, their targets, their achievements, everything is measured, recognized also. If they do anything something different and also efficiently they're handling the things, then there will be recognition also. Anyhow, the important thing you have to remember right now is basis for measuring performance, department wise performance or individual performance or management also. Another one, regular review of performance. This performance also, regular review of performance, individual department wise performance. How is the performance? Is there any improvement? Something is new, something is getting good result, then review of that, encouraging. So this is also one of the feature. So regular review, and also guidelines for setting up a system. When they are preparing this management by objectives, they'll take the guidelines also to set up the system. What kind of guidelines? Means they are focusing on few aspects to set up a proper system, proper objectives. So those guidelines, those important points, for example, I am taking here delegation of authority. Authority can be delegated to some extent. That is what we say it as a decentralized authority. Did you remember this word? Decentralization of authority. Up to how, what level, isn't it? That delegation of authority and allocation of resources. Resources are to be allocated properly. If properly allocated, they'll be utilizing. Improper means misusing or deficiency. Anything is possible. And also fixation of the responsibility. Fixing the responsibility of each and everyone, and also department wise also. Like all these things also, there is some guidelines for setting up this entire system. Example I have taken. There are many more aspects which we can consider it while setting up this system. And also matching of objectives and resources. How much resources we are having? Our resources limited or much, whatever it may be, decided. Then that must be matched with the objectives of the management. Are you getting this point? If it is matching, then you can say there is a possibility of achieving those objectives. There is a possibility of achieving those targets whenever there is a proper matching of objectives and resources. My objectives are something and resources are also cooperative, resources are also available, then good coordination is there, possibility is there to achieve the targets, isn't it? That's possible. So that is why matching of objectives and resources. Next, more freedom to subordinates. uh, One more point, I think I missed it. Basis for measuring performance. Here I forgot to mention, performance is to be measured. Here we are talking performance is to be measured, but how long? Generally it is for 1 year. 1 year, every year the performance is measured. Okay. Now coming to more freedom to subordinates. Here freedom is given to the subordinates. What kind of freedom? Freedom to express, freedom to work, freedom to consider the things as management said. So everything, freedom is given to the subordinates. When freedom is given to the subordinates, what happens? They feel that management is ours, management has given me liberty, so I should work properly. And there's nothing like top management, I'm just subordinate. That kind of feelings we can minimize it. That possibility is there. That is why this is also another important feature of MBO. Next, integration of objectives. Integration of objectives means here you have to take the mainly the objectives of the management or MBO objectives. MBO objectives. So this is to be integrated with, first of all, department objectives, and this should be matching with the individual objectives. Both should be matching. So integration, that integration is possible when you know that department objectives are so and so. Under department only the individual is working, right? So department objectives, if you decide, individual objectives also, it can be easily identified, and both should match. There should be integration, there should be a good understanding, one of the important feature of MBO. Okay, so these are the main 8 features of MBO. Features are okay, but what are the objectives of MBO? That you can say it as a objectives of management by objectives. Management by objectives is, we know what is the main objective. So objectives of management objectives, total 7 points are there. If you understand the features, this is very easy. Most of the time when you know the features, objectives are derived from the features only. The first point is measuring performance. MBO main objective is measuring the performance of department and also individual. Performance of department and individual. If you measure the performance, then automatically we'll come to know the responsibility. We can recognize the individual performance. We can recognize the individual achievement, their targets, what they are doing. So all these things it is possible. So that is why main objective is measuring performance of department, performance of individual. Next objective, increasing growth of subordinates. MBO main target is department objectives collaborated with the individual. So that is why increasing growth of subordinates. Subordinates growth is important. When subordinates growth is there, automatically which will leads to the organizational support, which will leads to the growth of the organization also. That is why they are focusing on the growth of individual. Individually, independently, when employee is growing and when employee is achieving something, that credential automatically goes to the organization itself. That is why they are focusing on the individual growth of the employee. And also encouraging efficiency. There are some employees who are very much efficient, so their efficiency is also measured here. Their efficiency is also identified, and however they are working, whatever they are doing, whatever they are giving the suggestions, however their performance is increasing, their efficiency is increasing, then according to that there will be some incentives, there will be some recognition, there will be some promotion or bonus or something. Anyhow, that motivation will be there according to the efficiency of the employees. And also relating to individual performance to organizational goals. Here objective is individual performance. Some employees are there, suppose say 100 employees are there. 100 employees, each and every employee objective or performance is towards the organizational goal. Everyone goal, each and every person, not just 10% or 20%, each and every person, their performance, it has to go according to the organizational goals. Organizational goals are there, so are they going towards the organizational goals or not? This is also one of the MBO objective. Next, basis for deciding salary and promotion. MBO performance has to be done yearly once, I told you. Okay, yearly once. So this MBO is going to decide the performance of each and every independent employee. So like deciding the salary or promotion, whom we have to give the promotion, on what basis, and also salary according to their performance. So this MBO is going to deciding according to that. And also improving communication, improving the communication among superiors and subordinates. Superiors and subordinates, between them there should not be any miscommunication, there should not be any gap of communication. A proper communication, a proper understanding, a proper coordination, this is expecting by the MBO. When there is no communication, proper understanding is there, then automatically things will go smoothly. There won't be much delay in deciding the factors or deciding about the management activities or to take the decisions related to the organizational activities. No delay. Freedom of expression, and they can reach the management easily. So that kind of things are possible with improving the communication between the superiors and subordinates. And also lastly, device of organizational control, to control the organization. When we have to control the organization, MBY is going to be much helpful, because management by objectives, management is working with some of the objectives of the organization. Organizational activities, organization objectives that is controlled by management means automatically entire organization will be controlled, isn't it? So this is also one of the important objectives. Total 7. Important thing you have to remember, don't by heart anything. Just remember the concept, what it is. MBO. What is MBO? Management by objectives. Every organization is having objectives. To achieve that objectives, management objectives is going to cooperate. So in such cases, what are the features? Just imagine. Then easily you will be able to remember the concept. Am I clear? And stay connected. Don't forget to share these videos. Take the screenshot. See you in the next class. Good luck.